Bought me one just in case. Oh, man. We are so glad to be here tonight. Thank you all so much for coming. My name is BonnieWhitmore. We are BonnieWhitmore and the Sad Girls. This is Scott Davis over here, y'all, on the guitar. He's the original. He's OG. In fact, he helped produce this record, which essentially is its CD release, because we haven't been able to do that since it came out. So we're going to start off with a song that we actually wrote together called Right/Wrong. And because it's a duck, I can actually tell stories. So he and I sat down on the couch, and I was talking about how I wanted to be more like Mr. Rogers, but I'm not nice enough. So I decided to go more Miss Frizzle. But a lot of the songs on this record, we really wanted to pose questions, because I feel like that's the best way of starting a conversation, especially about hard topics. And we've definitely got a few of those that are going around right now. So this one focuses on 3 questions, which is, who do you want to be, where do you want to go, and what do you want to say? Who do you want to be? Rising high with the country, going by a window, from a distance it seems. Everything you love can get lost in the shadows. When you get in close, you'll see it. It ain't a world of make-believe. There's so much more that's right than wrong. Where do you want to go? Surrounded by constant updates, endless chatter. It's hard to hate up close. Words can get lost in the face. What really matters, and when the echoes get too loud, you can pull yourself out of the clouds. There's so much more that's right than wrong, and I would rather shake your hand. We won't never understand, but what's the point of liberty in the land of the free without you and me? What do you want to say, and how will you be remembered? The stories are written, what would be okay if we could just offer more than what was given? It's not like you can take here with you the life you live and what you can do. There's so much more right than wrong, and I would rather shake your hand. We won't ever understand, but what's the point of liberty in the land of the free without you and me? Everybody wants to cast a wide net, collect as many friends as you can get. I do have to say, though, after the pandemic, I'm a little indifferent about handshakes now. So, you know, I'm all for the elbow bump or the fist bump or the wave. Hell, I'd rather have a hug most of the time than anything else. But only dogs get to make out with me. Vader knows he's my boyfriend. It's all good. This is a song I wrote with my bestie by the name of Jamie Harris. I think she came through here recently with Mary Gaucher. This one's called Fine. When we first met, it was sickly sweet. I looked at you and you looked through me. No secret I just hold me, maybe that'd be just fine. Is that okay, honey? Are you looking for the exit sign? Are you coming with me? No, whatever you decide, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be Oh, thank you. I don't think I told you this, but Kathy McCarty, from Glass Eye, right? And she's recording that song, which is really exciting. It's like, oh, no one's ever recorded my song before. So Jamie and I are excited about that. That's really kind of cool. I can't wait to hear her version. It'll be very rock and roll, no doubt. We're being very gentle to introduce you to this record for those of you who are unfamiliar, but don't worry, we'll change that soon enough. But this is my kind of love song. It's always retrospective, more so than in the moment. I can't write happy. Like when I'm happy, I can't write songs. But when I'm sad, that's when it all comes out. So, but this one's called Love Worth Remembering, and it features Scott on it, and I'm very excited. Ready? Just two old fools who grew up too slow. There's the ones that you choose, the ones you let go. The heart is a vast, mysterious place. It takes in love, though you know it will break. But I make you laugh, and you make me sing. When I'm looking back, well, I knew from the start, too scared of the chance of it falling apart. I want to no longer mourn its loss, only to love you, no matter the cost. giving up as I make you laugh and you help me sing. These moments they pass, a slow, steady stream. I still got your back. Don't mention a thing. Just glad that we have a love worth remembering. So glad that we have a love worth remembering. Thank you so much. It was a beautiful evening here in Houston. One with a slightly less humidity than usual. I love it when that happens. I always brace myself whenever I'm coming to Houston to expect the worst, and it's always pleasantly surprised. I was actually up here on Wednesday night. I went and saw my sister and my bro-in-law play at the Heights. I know I shouldn't say another venue on the stage. That's a terrible thing to do. But it was just really good to be back in this city, and it feels good to be up here right now. So thanks to Rusty and Teresa for keeping this thing going, and thank you all for being such avid supporters of them. I put out a record a few years ago called Fuck with Sad Girls. And this is a song from that one. I inspired a song called Natural Disaster, so this was my retort. She's a hurricane, nothing that stands in her way. She's a hurricane, she won't leave you no reason to stay. Just like a hurricane, make you a whole new you. You won't forget her name, and there's only one thing you can do. So shake it up, feel it, it's life that matters. Gotta see what it's like, try and figure out. And just to think of it, it'll twirl you away. She's a hurricane. He's a wrecking ball, sealed up inside and so self-assured. Go on, tear down the walls, feel it inside, it's so pure, it's unpredictable. Sand through the glass, but just rest assured, it's not unnatural. And there's only one thing left to do. So shake it up, feel it, it's life that matters. 'Cause you know when it's right, you gotta let it shatter. And just to blink of an eye, it'll twirl you away. She's a hurricane. Oh, shake it up, shake it, it's life that matters. Gotta see what it's like and try and figure out it. And just to blink of an eye, it'll twirl you away. Thank you so much. This is the title track for the new record, though. It's called Last Will and Testament, so you know it's a super uplifting record, just from that title. I put out a record, or I'm going to be putting out a record with my sister. We finally did one together called the Whitmore Sisters, and it only took half our lives to make that happen. Shout out to Chris Masterson, because if he hadn't suggested it, or actually it was less of a suggestion and more of like, you're gonna do this, right? But we'll get to that in a minute as well. But I think it's funny. I went from Last Will and Testament to Ghost Stories is the title of the Whitmore Sisters record. So, you know, we're just gonna keep going dark. What can I say? This was after we lost another friend of ours to suicide. It's inspired this tune.
See
Time to shoot, take the shot, show the world what you got. When it's done, when you're gone, were you right or were you wrong? Is it yours? What's it cost? Is it truly worth the loss? And if you're broken, will you heal when there's nothing left to feel? The question on my mind: why did it seem worth it at the time? For the truth, for the war, to know what you're fighting for. 'Cause it's not about faith, for you hope is to hate. When it's black or if it's blue, the choice is only up to you. And if you're scared, don't feed the fears, 'cause we've shed 1,000 tears. The question on my mind: why did it seem worth it at the time to shoot, take the shot.
Was it worth it?
Time to shoot, take the shot.
Is it worth it?
Time to shoot, take the shot. Is it worth it? Thank you. Oh, yeah. So you can probably guess what that song was inspired by. This next one I wrote, I just got into this master beast here, and I wrote the song kind of right after we finished the record, so it didn't make it, but it's gonna definitely go on the next one. As I kind of pointed out the other day, and I still think it's pretty true, is that we spend a lot of time talking, but we don't do a lot of listening so much anymore to each other. Kind of blame social media for that aspect, you know. It's nice to be able to yell into a void. But I just would really encourage people to be more empathetic in any way that they can in their lives. Thank you. So this one's called "It's What You Do," because it's not what you say a lot of times, it's how you do it. And so it's the first song that I wrote on this A string, though, and it makes me kind of happy, so I get a little loud. And just so you know, I'm not yelling at you, just, you know, in general. Scott Davis, everybody. He's a native Houstonian. Is that it? So I brought up that my sister and I are making a record. I know we went for a really fancy name with the Whitmore sisters, you know. Play on it. We could have just gone as the Divas. As we had a band growing up with our dad called Daddy and the Divas. I know. It's one of those things, though, I feel like every time anybody meets my parents or I tell stories, they're just like, this explains so much.
It really does.
And we just had it was awesome, and it was, not traumatic in any real sense, but it was definitely different and weird, and mostly because my dad would. Can we switch those actually?
Sure.
My dad is now retired, but he flew for Delta for years. But we also had small planes, and we would fly around in them, and that was like how we did our family trips and everything. So when people are like, "What'd you do this summer?" and it's like, "Well, we went to the Maine and landed on this lake that you can only get to if you hike in or fly." And they're like, "You're a liar." And I'm like, "No, I'm not," but I get it. So just kind of as kids, getting to have these really amazing, eye-opening and mind-expanding adventures with your parents as you do. But this was a good way of kicking off the record. We wrote the song, Eleanor and I together, about what it is like to be able to fly, because both of us are licensed pilots as well as my mom. So in order to be a Whitmore, you had to play an instrument, sing harmonies, and fly a plane. No big deal. It's fine. So yeah, I'll send this out to my dad because he kind of helped inspire this tune right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes calculation, line up information, A certain swagger comes to mind. Careful the wager, but you love the danger. Buckle up, it's time to fly. When you learn to fly, learn to fly. So that one goes out to Dad. I'll send this one out to Mom. On the other side of the spectrum, my mom was very classically trained influencer, and made sure that Alan and I did all the Suzuki book, you know, played in orchestra, all that kind of good stuff. But she was a classically trained opera singer, so if you're wondering where I get my pipes from, it was decreed on a day when I was about 2 years old. I was in the hospital with pneumonia, and they were about to stick a little tiny camera down my throat to have them look at biopsy my lung or whatever. And my mom went screaming down the hallway, chasing after the doctor, going, "Don't hurt my baby's vocal cords! She's gonna be a singer!" It was like an imprint on my mind forever. But she was always like, she did Traviata, and she would always take us to operas as a kid, which I always thought was kind of funny because they're pretty dark, you know. Most of the heroines die either of sadness or, you know, they kill themselves. You know, it's a real dark ride on that one. But I think I had that in mind though when I wrote this one. It's not as dark, but it's another one that made it on the Whitmore Sisters, and I'll send this one from my mom. This one's called "Superficial World of Love." It took me such a long time to let go of needing your touch. And now I understand you felt that I needed too much. But holding on to hurt only made it worse. Why do I need a grudge? I guess I seem frustrated, so let me take a deep breath. Nobody's at fault, I know it's not what you intend. But when I say forever, never say never. What I really meant was the impression you left on me, it was permanent. Some bright morning, when this war is over, we'll go riding and wish I Don't always see how I'm worthy. Question what's good for me. I doubt myself. To tether or to sever, barely held together. I could not make a sound. Sometimes you'd rather disappear than say things that you fear out loud. Some bright morning, when this war is over, we'll go riding, and with shining armor for a world that's mostly superficial. I hope you will still consider all the ways that we can build together. As long as we do the work together, we don't have to be our one and only. Please, my love, say you'll remember me. It took me such a long time to let go of needing your touch. Thank you. So maybe you can hear Traviata in there, I don't know. Oh, hey everyone. We want to keep these live streams coming by becoming a supporting member. So if you will go to livefromnorfolkstreet.com and support them and do a little subscribe to their channel and keep these things going, because this is kind of a really awesome thing. They've got it dialed in, let me tell you. Like, for someone who's been attempting to try to do some streaming, mine's really mediocre in comparison too. So shout out to everybody out there in the digital world that's tuned in right now. Thank you so much. It means a lot. And what an incredibly weird thing that we've been able to be more closer together through this by way of the internet. So pros and cons, right? This next one is another one that's on Last Will and Testament. It's we have this thing called House of Songs in Austin, and they get international songwriters to come in. So I wrote this one with an amazing lady from Finland by the name of Astrid Swan, which that's just a cool name, right? This one's called None of My Business, and it's oddly because when she was kind of talking about coming to the States and how, like, she was a little scared, and understandably so. And we were talking about, like, all these different things. And when we wrote this one was actually right after the Paris shooting and bombing of the football field. Football. That is F-U-T. So we were just kind of lamenting over some of that, and that's where this song kind of came out of. I sit under a tree, the world in front of me. There's so much that I don't see, differences between us, but a mockingbird, it seems, 1,000 different things. Who's pulling all the strings? What gets the most attention? But it's none of mine. It's none of my business. say a player's gonna play, we should look the other way. But who's left for it to pay if indifference persists us? And we should all be kind, only speak our mind, letting all who choose be blind, and good intentions kill us, but it's none of mine. It's none of my business. Day in and day out, all we really do is scream and shout, missing what it's really all about. Instead of melody, let's find the harmony. Love forwardly, don't let our fears defend us, but it's none of mine. It's none of mine. Oh, it's none of mine. It's none of mine. It's none of my business. Thank you. Okay, it's not topo, but I will say this makes a pretty good sparkly water. Y'all give a hand for Zach back here running the sound for us. I was hearing the little effect on there going. I was like, oh, hey, I like it. This one's kind of a weird one, but I kind of put it with the fake news category. This one's called Imaginary. It's not imaginary, the lines we try to bury, hold out and be contrary. Who gets to be extraordinary, but it won't let go. It seems the more you know, the possibility to grow doesn't have much to show, and it's just passing us by. We all weep and cry till the last one falls. Don't we all? Oh, and sleep will come as soon as our work is done. United we become equal as to everyone. To keep it through the night, what we know to be right. Don't let it out of sight, and don't fear the light, 'cause it's just passing us by. We all weep and cry till the last one falls. Yes, you can decide and say we all tried. So, just so you know, Scott helped me produce this latest record. We did it together, which was really awesome, and I have the best time working with him. But he's also an incredible songwriter, and put out a record of his own. It's on Bandcamp, isn't it? At least.
It's not currently on anything. Except my website.
Which is?
VivaScottDavisMusic.com.
There we go. I realized today that my website was temporarily down because my domain had apparently run out, and that was a little unfortunate. But don't worry, it's coming back. But I did one of those things that I searched today, and I was like, well, that's a bummer. Anyway. So we're going to do one of Scott's songs. This is one of my favorites.
All right. This is a song called Vandals. Another night on the square. There ain't much left to do there. The last time that screen lit up, every man wore a hat. It's a town of no consequence, so baby we can both get bent. The big town can wait, 'cause we've seen plenty of that. Old enough to know better, but we don't like counting candles. Nothing gets broke, nobody gets hurt. We'll be the most considerate vandals. Whoa, oh, oh. That old house is haunted for sure. Don't worry about the locks on the door. When I was walking the dog, I saw a window open and back. There's no amount of trouble we can get in if nobody sees. The ghosts won't care and you look good in black. We're old enough to know better, but we don't like counting candles. Nothing gets broke, nobody gets hurt. We'll be the most considerate vandals. The most considerate vandals. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Old enough to know better, but we don't like counting candles. Nothing gets broke, nobody gets hurt. We'll be the most considerate vandals. The most considerate vandals. The most considerate vandals. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Thanks, y'all.
Are you guys up for some audience participation? All you gotta remember is 3 words. Asked for it. That's it. So it's a call and response. I'll say it. You will repeat it back. That's it. Good? Okay, here we go. So you think she has a daddy's complex? I say it's more like Uncle Joe. He gave a nickel, working girls' wages. Push it away or let it go. Push it away or watch it grow. She's the kind of girl you said ask for it. Didn't see it coming, but she asked for it. Crossing hope to die 'cause you asked for it. Now baby, baby, don't you cry. There are few try for retribution. Statistics show it's more like 1 to 6. But don't worry, probably no one knew them. 'Cause after all, sex is sex. And after all, sex is sex. But she's the kind of girl you said ask for it. Didn't see it coming, but she asked for it. And crossing hope to die 'cause you asked for it. Now baby, baby, don't you cry. So go on and blame the victim. Why should violence have consequence? And each time you silence them, recreates the same event. She's the kind of girl you said ask for it. Didn't see it coming, but she asked for it. Your lover or your daughter must have asked for it. Now baby, baby, don't you cry. 'Cause she's the kind of girl you said ask for it. Your sister or your mother must have asked for it. And crossing hope to die 'cause you asked for it. Now baby, baby, don't you cry, she didn't ask for it. Now baby, baby, don't you cry, she didn't ask for it. Now baby, baby, don't you cry. Thank you. I was told that there couldn't be a way to write a pop song about rape culture, and I took that as a challenge. So I also want to applaud you all for participating in a therapeutic session there by making you guys repeat that phrase over and over again. Because it's one thing to think it, it's another thing to say it aloud. And it means a whole lot more when you're being heard saying it. And maybe it'll occur to you not to say that anymore after that. So at least that's what we hope for. Now I say that as I'm about to play another song that's kind of the story of our lives, which is called Make a Living Out of Loving You, which I do, thankfully. So far, so good. I'm going to be starting a Patreon next month is the plan. So please come talk to me, and I've got an email list that you can sign up so I can let you know next time I come through, and I'm playing the duck again because I'd love to see each and every one of you. But I wrote this one with my good buddy Chris Porter and Aaron Lee Tashton, and yeah, you know, it's just kind of what we do, which is, you know, musician prostitution. Is it really all that different?
No.
Not really. Ready?
Sometimes we don't get paid.
That's true. The exposure gigs are a little more problematic in the music. Well, I'll leave that where that is, right there. Okay. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweat it. If you don't like it, you can kiss my could actually put it on the stand. Why don't I just do that? I call it McMurtry, by the way. It's actually an 8-string Hagstrom, in case anybody's wondering. But I had the pleasure of being able to buy it off of James McMurtry. Which special shout out to him for releasing his new record into the world. Some damn fine songs on that record, if I do say so myself. I've had the pleasure of being his opening act over the past couple of years. And I think in part because of this song I'm about to do for you. We're going to do this one and see if you deserve an encore, I guess. But I wrote this one, and we did this thing called a tertulia. And I think it was called Eat Your Heart Out was the prompt for that one. And I came up there, and I played this song. And James, I don't know if you've had the pleasure of ever having a conversation with him, but he is a man of very few words. And so he asked me, did I write that song? Well, if I'm going to do McMurtry, I will do McMurtry. Did you write that song? I said, yes. And he's like, well, that's a damn good song. And soon thereafter, he asked me to go out on the road with him. And I sure hope that he gets back out on the road here sometime in the near future. This song is called Fuck with Sad Girls. Close enough. Ready? If you know it, sing along. And even better if you can do the dance moves. I challenge you. 2, 3, 4. She looks through the rear view. While the rest just seem to pass her by. Always watching the world through the corner of an eye. She sits like a bird to fly, but no one really wants to fuck the sad girl. No one wants to see the cracks, the makeup doesn't hide, 'cause she's no one's girl, a little pearl who wants to see the inside, 'cause no one really wants to fuck with sad girl. Wakes up in last night's makeup. It's just one more of the days in her life. Always watching the world through the corner of an eye. She sits like a bird just about to fly. Middle fingers up, everybody. So here's to, yes, 2020 in the rear view. Thank you very much. Whatever helps you to never bat an eye. No. 'Cause no one really wants to fuck with sad girls. Come on, sing it with us. No one really wants to fuck with sad girls. That's right. No one really wants to fuck with sad girls. So be sad girl.
Really
Be
wants to
sad
sad
boy,
girl.
sad girl, sad girl.
Really
Be
wants to
sad
fuck
boy,
with sad girl.
sad girl, sad girl. Be sad girl, be sad girl, be sad girl. 'Cause no one really wants to fuck with sad girls. And that's why we are Bonnie Whitmore and the Sad Girls right there. Y'all give it up for Scott Davis. We have got CDs and vinyl and all that good stuff. We also have a couple of these amazing t-shirts. The proceeds are going to the Sims Foundation, and the design is by this wonderful gentleman here, Eric Steele did that. So y'all, all right, so good night until, there we go. It went off, so. I'm too lazy to walk off and walk back on. I'm just gonna play you guys a couple more songs if that's all right. All right, well, I'm gonna do this love song for my sister then. The cardiac disaster. Send this one out to Susan. Not this past Valentine's Day, but the previous, I sat down and wrote this song and sent it to my sister and go, here's your damn love song. Yes, dear.